The First Amendment contains multiple pillars that protect our freedom of belief, of conscience, our freedom of expression, and our freedom to associate. And each of these pillars actually combines with the others to fortify the others and make them stronger. Without any one of these pillars, our ability to exercise the remainder is diminished. So I'm going to just read and unpack some of these. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So the progression here is also logical and straightforward, that Congress can't favor any particular establishment of religion. Here's looking at you, public schools and government funded media, or prohibiting people from exercising their religion. Here's looking at you, COVID lockdowns and all that stuff that prevented people from worshiping and gathering. So it's not allowed to do that. Or abridging the freedom of speech. You know, if you're not allowed to have freedom of speech and expression, then you don't have the full freedom to live your religion, for example, which might include saying things that are true and helping to share your beliefs and testimonies with others, and be able to communicate those ideas with each other. And of the press, okay, so press and freedom of speech are integrally connected, because if you can say what you want to say, right? And if the government lets you do that, that's fine. But if you don't actually have a means of disseminating that information, getting it out there, that's the press. The press always works on an original that it's making a copy of, right? And so speech can't be copied per se unless you have some kind of some means of engraving it, which there are a lot of technologies today to take a recording of something and capture it and retransmit it around the world, like I'm doing right now, right? And so freedom of the press would entail, yeah, I have the freedom to go and publish this stuff on YouTube. Freedom of speech means I can say basically what I want, right? I can communicate my own ideas, and so these are related. If you're allowed to say stuff, but you're not allowed to like share what you say, then that's an infringement on your freedom of speech because you're missing freedom of the press, and so on, right? And there's another component right here: right of the people peaceably to assemble. This is also connected with freedom of speech. Your speech doesn't go very far if you're not allowed to like meet with other people. So, hello, COVID lockdowns that prevented people from meeting during the pandemic, stuff like that. So, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. This is a key because one of the primary purposes of speech is to allow people to be critical of people who are in government and their policies, and allow for those to be rectified by actually letting people be heard. The founding fathers have said this is one of the finest bulwarks of freedom, is the fact that people can actually go out and speak their minds without censorship and without being disallowed to criticize the government.